Hello everyone, and welcome to another video about using Google Docs in a work environment, in a classroom environment with your students and with your colleagues, certainly. So here we go. Now we're looking at some of the aspects of the way I've used Google Docs in my classroom, okay? Now, this is one I used to do with my Civil War class where we analyze Civil War photography. And you can see I made a direction right here where one member should share the document and then rename that document with both members' names on it. What this came from is a Google Classroom example, where in Google Classroom, you can share out documents automatically with all your students based upon a roster, and you can set the parameters of if they can view it, edit it, copy it. It just makes a copy for every single student individually, which is really awesome, and we'll look at that in a later course. But here, you can just simply, if you weren't in Google Classroom, one student open this up, and then they can share it with other people, okay? And it becomes and they can do that. And they can share it with their collaborator, whether it be one person or two people in a group, they can do that. And then they would add their names to this little table. But what I want to show you here is I put a lot of links into here. So here I put a link to a photo. It's actually just a website where now they will analyze this photo and they would write their ideas about what they see in this box here. Then I had them complete an online survey, which I don't think is available anymore. I got to re-enable it. But they went to a website called polleverywhere.com where they then completed a survey based upon this photo. Okay, so I got to introduce myself, enter the name, should appear in your responses, which is really kind of nice. I can say run, and I go to continue, and then now I have the actual response, which is really kind of nice. Okay, so that's really cool. And then they could write in there. But this could be a link to anywhere. This could be a link to a Google form, maybe, or a Survey Monkey, right? So you can put links into a Google document and then go to other places. So this kind of carried on throughout the whole entire thing. Then I had them do this kind of neat thing where they made a ThingLink account where they can actually annotate the image. That kind of got a little bit awesome when they were doing it. But then I actually had a link to a video, screencast video about that particular photo that I made. So they clicked on this, the video loaded, and then the video played about that particular photograph, right? And then there's another survey. There was an article they can read about that photograph, which is kind of interesting, okay? So again, see how within one Google Doc, you can really make it a very versatile learning experience, okay? So let me close some of these tabs here, okay? Now, this was just another one, simple study guide. It can be real simple, right? They could answer those questions. This was more of a complex Google document to introduce a debate topic. And this was like links to a guide, links to rubrics for them to actually look at for a debate, links to different sources to access for the debate. All the directions of how they would prepare for the debate are all here on the Google document. And this was more of a graphic organizer where they had to fill out analyzing different aspects. But here was an old way. Before editing, select File, make a copy, then they had to rename it. Now that was the old way, and I'll show you what I mean by this. So say you made this as a Google document that students couldn't edit. They could only view it. They would then have to go to File, make a copy of it, and then put it in their drive before they can edit it, right? So there was a few steps to that, which was fine. And then they would rename it, right, like I showed you in previous videos, to something else, and then probably share it with some collaborators. Now, Google Classroom will take a lot of that out of the equation, where it will automatically give each student a copy of a Google document that you want to. But let me show you a quick little trick. So say we wanted to have this Google document, make a copy of it. So I go into right now I highlight in the address bar the Google document's name. Let me make that bigger. And I don't know if you can see this, but hopefully you can. Make this a little bigger, but it won't make that bigger. But here, the last 4 words in any Google Doc is usually edit. So keep that in mind. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it, but I'm going to go backspace a few. And rather than putting edit there, don't go beyond that slash. I'm going to put copy. Okay, now watch this. I'm going to copy that link. Well, I can just go to here anyway. And now what happens is, look at this. It forces it to make a copy, and it will put a copy of this Google Doc right into your Google Drive. So this is a really nice, quick little hack that you can now just share that link, put it on a website, put it on like Edmodo or Schoology, wherever you're hosting your Google, your links. Students or anybody can access that link, and then now it forces them to make a copy of it into their drive, which completely eliminates all of that, which I think makes it a lot easier. Okay, so that is just sort of an example of what you can do with that Google Doc. So now I'm back to the Google Doc we were playing around with in other videos. And some of the advanced things I want to just preview, we do it more of an advanced Google Apps mini course here. There are add-ons. We'll get into this more later, but you can add on a lot of cool little tools to your Google Docs that aren't really here automatically. So I go to add-ons, I go to get add-ons. You'll see there's a lot of things that you can use that will be added to your Google Drive that really, I think, make it more of a versatile tool, more of a personalized tool, and will give you a lot of the options that you might have seen in, like in Microsoft Word. If you're a avid Word user and you don't like the limited aspects of Google Docs, here you can actually add things to your Google Docs that are useful. Okay, so we'll look at this more carefully later and how you set this up, but just a little preview of what's to come. All right, everyone. I hope this was helpful, and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.